Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another week of movement meditations. So I have an idea for this week that I kind of want to explore some of the relationships between the movement practices and meditation, but kind of continue on this track of like how we can use a meditative quality to explore our body and explore movement, and how that can have a beneficial effect in terms of improvement and learning. So the thing that I want to do today is just a very simple movement of turning the head. But this is a movement that all of us spend a lot of our day doing. And the kind of the difference is that a lot of our movement patterns are unconscious, and we don't necessarily realize some of the underlying reasons why we experience pain or difficulty. And there's a way that you can bring your attention to yourself and explore these movements that can actually kind of educate the nervous system, the brain, and the body, and make changes, kind of fundamental changes. But so the way that I'm kind of presenting that this week is that it's actually the use of our attention and a kind of certain quality of attention that has a difference, that makes the difference. So what I'd like you to do initially is just to find a comfortable place to sit, and just check in with yourself this morning. Obviously, it's the beginning of the week. Hopefully, you've had a good weekend. Here in the UK, we had a bit of sun, so it was nice kind of change from the rainy period we just come out of. So just as you bring your attention to yourself, maybe you can just check in, like, what sensations are you feeling? How does your body feel? You could even reflect on how your mind feels. So what's the kind of quality of thought that you have currently? How active does your mind feel? Good. And then just very gently, just close your eyes. Just let your eyes close. And as you close your eyes, it's like, it's like a doorway into the inner experience or the inner world. So as you close your eyes, maybe you can feel that there's some difference in the sensations that you're perceiving. And again, just kind of move your attention around your body and notice, what parts of your body, what places in your body are present to you. What do you feel? Often we feel areas that are in pain, kind of, they're sending signals to us. And just bring your attention to your neck, and maybe you can feel for yourself how your neck feels this morning. And as you do that, and you kind of spread your attention out and feel how you're sitting on the chair as well. So there's some relationship between how free the neck is and how well organized we are, in terms of sitting or standing. Good. So what I'd like you to do is very gently begin to turn your head, as if you were looking round to the right. And this is a very simple movement. So you're just going to turn the head as if you're looking around to the right and come back to the middle. And just do that movement. Initially, maybe you want to start off with a very small amount, just to kind of feel as you make that movement, turning the head to the right, feel how it feels in the neck. So this is the thing that we're tracking, the sensation or quality of the movement. So as you make that movement, taking your head to the right and back to the middle, you can notice if your eyes go in the same direction. Do your eyes follow the movement? And just do that movement a few times. As you're exploring it, you're kind of, checking in with yourself, feeling what the limits are, feeling kind of spreading your attention further through your body. So as you turn your head, maybe you notice the changes in other parts of you as well. So you might notice a change in your breathing, or, kind of holding tension at some point. Good. And then just bring your head back to the middle. And as you feel your head, just feel how your head is resting on your spine now. Feel yourself in the sitting position, and see, as you kind of keep your eyes closed, if you can let your attention just be very softly kind of resting on yourself. It's like attention in order to understand. That's kind of the process, is that we want to understand. And the only way that we can do that is by gently resting our attention on it. Good. Not making assumptions, basically. And then start to do that movement of your head to the left. So begin turning the head to the left. And again, keep your attention very gently on your spine, on your neck. And as you turn your head to the left, maybe you can feel initially if there's any difference between the sensation, the quality of the movement turning to the left, and the quality of the movement a second ago when you were turning to the right. So you're just going to turn to the left very gently and come back. And you don't need to go right to the end of your range. You can stay within your comfortable range. And notice if your eyes go in the same direction. So this is a very simple movement. We're not doing anything complicated. But in the way that we're bringing our attention to ourselves, we're giving ourselves an opportunity to learn how we turn our head and how it feels. And this is important information for our brain and our nervous system, if we want to make adjustments. Good. And then very slowly come back to the middle. And notice, kind of as you come back to the middle, where you find yourself. Like what's the sensation of the middle? And feel how your head is sitting on your neck. And maybe how your neck is sitting above the thoracic spine and then the lumbar spine, down into the pelvis and on the chair. It's kind of the column that's organized for rotation in some way. Good. So then just stay with your head in the middle. Stay with your head in the middle. And a few times, take your eyes out to the right. So just track a point on the horizon and just take your eyes out to the right and then bring them back to the middle. And just do that a number of times. See if you can spend time just kind of feeling the ease of that movement. So if you do it too quickly, it's going to be a bit jumpy, or the quality of attention can't be the same. So you really want to take time and just let your eyes very easily, very slowly go out to the right and then come back to the middle. And even as you take your eyes, maybe you notice some effect or change in your neck. And so this is done with your eyes closed. So it's like you're tracking an imaginary object along the horizon to the right and then back to the middle. And once you've done that a number of times, begin to tie in the movement of your head again. So turning your head and see if you can kind of feel that you're leading that movement with the eyes. You can notice your breathing as you do that. If you start going slightly too fast, your breathing will increase because it's preparing you for a more vigorous movement. So as you decrease the effort and you make it smoother and slower, more gentle, in some way that that relaxes the breathing, maybe it relaxes your attention. And you can feel that your head and your spine and your eyes are all organized together to come over to the right and then back to the middle. And just do that a number of times. So this may seem like a very simple lesson, like it's not asking much, it's not complicated. It's a movement that we make very often in the day, just turning the head in this way. But what I want to do is just kind of focus on the quality of the movement and how that focus or that attention on the quality of the movement can in some way begin to educate the system as a whole. Good. Come back to the middle. And a few times, just begin to take your eyes to the left this time. Take your eyes smoothly with your eyes closed. Take your eyes smoothly over to the left, allowing the eyes to kind of follow an imaginary object along the horizon, and then coming back to the middle as slowly, as comfortably, as easily as you go out. So feeling that the quality of movement coming out, the eyes going away from the body and coming back is the same. Not making more effort, not going faster. And you can feel your breathing while you do that. And then just take your face, turn your head, kind of rotate your head at the same speed as the eyes. See if you can make this movement really smooth with the eyes. So the turning of the head has that same quality of easy movement out to the side, to the left, and easy movement back to the middle. And just bring your attention to your neck as you feel that. Feel all the small adjustments and rotations that are happening in the cervical spine. If you are doing it in a way that is within your comfortable range, your breath and your attention and your kind of sense of clarity will just be increasing and increasing. One of the descriptions I read when I was thinking about this lesson was that, these exercises are just a way of taking care of yourself. And in some ways, that's something we need to learn. We need to learn how to take care of ourselves. And if I had a good description for what I do as a movement teacher, I think this would be a pretty appropriate description. I teach or I help show people how to take care of themselves. Good. When you've done that a few times, bring your head back to the middle. And again, just see how your head's resting now, how your head's resting. Feel how your body feels, how you're sitting on the chair. And maybe you can feel that there's something in you that's kind of dropping down becoming more integrated, becoming quieter in some way. And this is like the effect of a meditation practice, that in some way our minds quieten down, our thoughts quieten down, and we become more grounded or comfortable in our body, in our physical state. Great. So now what I want you to do is keep your eyes on a point in the middle. Keep your eyes on a point in the middle and turn your head to the right and back a few times, keeping your eyes in the middle. So you've got one point in the middle that you're focusing on, and then you're turning your head to the right, keeping your eyes focused on that middle point and coming back. And just do that movement a few times, keeping your eyes in the middle with your eyes closed, turning your head to the right and back to the middle. So now you're separating the movement of the eyes from the movement of the head. Maybe it takes you a moment to organize this, because we've kind of spent 10 minutes or so bringing those two things together. But now you can feel that you can leave your eyes in one particular point, and you can turn your head, you can rotate your head to the right and back to the middle, keeping the eyes fixed. And notice the effect that this has on your spine as you do it. Feel the quality of your neck. Again, take as long going out to the side as you come back, so that they're, equivalent in quality and speed, not going faster on the way out than you come back. And maybe each time you come back, you can pause for a moment before beginning the next movement, just to feel that you kind of settle back in the middle and then move out to the side again, defining where the middle is, as well as what it feels like to move out to the side. Good. Take a rest, come back to the middle. And then begin to do the same thing with the head to the left. So the eyes are going to stay in the middle. The eyes fixed on a point in front of you. And slowly begin to turn your head to the left and back to the middle, so that you keep your eyes on one thing and move your head to the left and back to the middle. Do it very slowly, very comfortably. Notice if you feel differences between doing this on the left side. Is it easier or more difficult? If it's more difficult, slow it down. Take your time. Give yourself time to learn about this movement, to feel it, to feel what's more difficult. Keeping the eyes fixed on a point in the middle with the eyes closed, taking the head, differentiating the movement of the head from the movement of the eyes. Keep your breathing nice and smooth as you do this. And notice kind of the global effect as you do it. Do you notice, if it becomes more difficult, if you get to a point where it's feeling complicated to coordinate them, what happens in the rest of your body? How does your breathing react? How does your abdomen react? Good. And come back to the middle. As you do that movement and you feel some of the kind of the differentiation of the head from the eyes, maybe some of the eye muscles have relaxed. So as you sit there now, do your eyes feel heavier? Is there some sense of kind of weight or resting with the state around the eyes? And if you just kind of bring your attention back to your position or how you're sitting, how your head feels resting above your spine. And then what I'd like you to do is begin to take the head and scan the head all the way from the left, all the way over to the right. And just begin making this scanning movement. And you can take the eyes in the same direction as the head as you turn. Again, the eyes would be closed. And just see if you can kind of really keep an even pace so that you're not speeding up. You're taking your time to really allow your head to turn all the way to the left and then slowly transition all the way to the right, and just continue to go through that. So now it's a continuous movement with no breaks. And the thing that you're looking for is this sense of quality. That your breathing could be smooth still, that you can feel some sense of this kind of like settling down into your physical state as you allow your head to turn to the left and to the right. Good. And you let your eyes go with the movement. Feel what that feels like in the neck, in the rest of the spine. Maybe you can kind of feel the muscles that organize the throat, the front of the chest, also involved in this movement. Maybe even the shoulders. Good. And then keep your eyes fixed on the midpoint again. So leave your eyes in the middle, but continue making this movement of the head, turning out to the left and turning out to the right. So again, this very fundamental movement we spend a lot of our day doing. You know, someone speaks to me over there, I turn my head to look at them. Keep the eyes focused on that point in the middle and allow your head just to scan left and right at the same time. Do it very slowly, very comfortably. And feel that you can keep breathing. You can stay settled in yourself as you do this. So again, if you approach this as a self-care exercise, then it's really about looking after yourself and feeling what your current needs are. So yesterday's neck and head rotation may be different to today's. Tomorrow's may be different as well. So there's this sense with these exercises, these practices, that it's checking in with our current ability, checking in with our present state, and then moving in accordance with it. So it's like respecting the current situation that we're in, not trying to push for change, more to bring our attention in such a way that um, engenders understanding. So we kind of feel a sense of understanding of where we're at rather than not knowing how we've got into pain or discomfort. Good. And then just bring your head back to the middle. Bring your head back to the middle. And feel how you're sitting now. Feel how your breathing is. Maybe you can even feel the quality of your thoughts again. The thoughts moving in a slower, more organized way than they were earlier. Good. And then just however feels comfortable to you, just again turn your head to the left and turn your head to the right and think back to when you first did it. And think back to the sensation or the quality of how you felt when you first did the movement. What your neck felt like, what your head felt like, but even down in a more general sense, what it felt like to be you and to turn your head. And while we aren't necessarily incorporating more of the body in this movement, maybe you're in some way incorporating more of yourself in this movement now. So it's an attentional, including more of your attention in the movement is a way of including more of yourself. Okay, so come back to the middle. Just feel how you're breathing, feel how you're sitting. And just notice your quality of attention now. What does it feel like to, have your attention resting in your body? Does it feel easier? Does it feel deeper? And as you kind of transition back into your day and you open your eyes and you explore the room around you, just maybe you can notice the quality of your senses. Does the room feel brighter? Are you kind of more in the present moment in some way? Great. So that was a short movement exploration, kind of exploring some of the fundamental principles or aspects of meditation. Hopefully, you feel that your neck has benefited from that. And I think that we have a way of using our attention that really can make a difference. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. I know that some of these lessons, especially when they're quite simple and slow, it can be a difficult thing to kind of engage in, to get your attention to really drop into. So if you have that kind of feedback, I'd welcome that as well. I haven't planned tomorrow's lesson yet, but I'm thinking of continuing this aspect of rotation because I think it's a very fundamental expression of being human, the ability to rotate around our spine. So something along those lines tomorrow. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Be great to hear from you. Again, there's a link in the description to my Facebook group if you want to join and look at some of the older videos. And there's also a link to my PayPal account if you want to make a small contribution to these lessons. Great. So happy Monday. Hope you have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Also, one other thing is that my regular Monday night Feldenkrais class is 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. this evening. So if you're interested in an hour-long class, I think we're doing movement of the bum today, which is a strange thing to be doing in a movement class. But yeah, if you're interested, let me know. Okay. All right. Well, have a good day. Take care. Bye.